Okay. Took a little longer than expected. I do apologize for that. But hopefully, we'll see some results soon. I'm still going to go coatless for the time being. We'll see. We'll see. I just fired it up like 5 minutes ago. So, I want my whole room cooled now, damn it. Why hasn't my AC unit already cooled down the entire room?
What's up for discussion?
Ah, scummy ball bag, move! My God's to clean!
Red caps and gin. And mummies, apparently.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Interesting group here.
Darling, we have a customer. Is your camp drab? Dreary? Then you have come to the right place. Browse our bespoke, stony and bony creations. Or commission a statue in your likeness. It is our most sought-after service.
Okay. What do you got?
Oh, you shall be thrilled and delighted. I know it.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the first town in DOS 1, but this feels like that, to a T. Flesh to stone. Yeah. Cecile? Cecile? Oh god, I don't remember how they pronounced it.
Nothing caught your eye? I shan't tell my wife. She'd be most upset.
Is this your wife? Cool.
Junks and magics for sale. Mostly bloodstained free.
That crow's nose was as crooked as you carved mine.
Oh, a scaly one. Hungry lizard. Big lizard. Want a treato? I has lots of treatos. And magics and junks I finds. Don't worry. I only takes junks from dead people. I is nice.
You know, you're right, 040. This is technically the first town we've had in this game, since before now we've just had a grove, a goblin camp, and an inn, and a tower. Depending on how you count that. So how often do you loot corpses?
Oh, lots of times. The beasts ate a kiddo the other day, and I got some good stuffs. I mean, Circus is safe. Do not worry. Yes.
What do you got?
Yes! I has lots of stuffs. Just for you.
Actually, you have nothing but junk, boy. That's okay. The AC is hooked up and installed, and hopefully you guys can't hear it. If I did the audio setup correctly, you shouldn't be able to hear it. I'll do some of my own tests in a bit. It's only been on for like about 8 minutes now, though, so we'll see what it does for the room, because it's on the far end of the room, because that's the only window. So the AC is way over there. I'm way over here, like 10 meters or 30 feet away from it, give or take. So, we'll see. We'll see how well we do with it. Let's empty our inventory a little bit while we're here. No reason. We never used the Fable, did we? I remember that, Maverick. Oh god, I remember that. That irritated the hell out of me every time I had to listen to myself. Oh, all I could hear was that stupid thing. Anyways. Yeah, the bed is closer to the unit than I am. I look so good, Evo. I look so good, I'm constantly looking for a new dye. Is there a red and black? Or a black and red dye? If so, where is it? And if you say I'm already past it, well, you know what happens to people who are the bring bad news to their overlord.
This is my least favorite part of the game.
What?
When you're looking for the thing, and you just have to keep swimming around because you have no idea where it is.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Total lack of guidance or direction.
Usually it's at the edge of the pond, and so I just swim around the edge of the pond until I find it.
No, that tracks. Just hanging out over there like, she'll never find me over here. I could dig. Hey, Zach Taft. Yeah.
Bye-bye now. Come back to Papa soon. Get your shinies and Tritos!
Alright, hang on. Let's go back to camp. Because I'm almost positive it wasn't in the camp chest, even though it should be. There's, oh god, where's the damn thing? There it is.
No traps, please.
Good question. Let me search the depths of the extremely in-depth lore that exists for illithids and their history and backstory. Yeah, no kidding, Colgrim. Like, we've known bits and pieces, which I have shared with you all, but... Don't apologize. The problem is I really don't have an answer for you.
Yes?
Like, they...
Oh, darling, it sounds...
So here's the deal. If I was to tell you...
We could be inside the city walls before long. And I could be back where this all started.
You think we could use your Shar followers to track down your parents?
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
I don't know, the events of Baldur's Gate, that is to say 1 and 2, kind of became canon, they just also kind of didn't matter for canon. Little footnote kind of a situation.
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
So let me give you a more thorough answer, Evo. First, of course, is friendship points lost because you apologized. But second of all, God damn it, no, I wanted you to get out of my party.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your...
If you're sure. Fine.
Yeah, the Wailing Death, I believe, is canon. It just never really mattered. It's not like Neverwinter Nights 2 did anything to upset the status quo, so, yeah. God, this is such a pain! I'm sorry, it's just... having to go through all these hoops just to access the inventory of my other party members. It's crazy.
Baldur's Gate at last.
Yep, that's great. Get out of camp.
As you say.
Okay, so... do you know what an Abeloth is? Evo, in Forgotten Realms. Kind of like a long, floating, squid-looking thing. Sharp teeth. Psionic creature. Okay, well, they're long, squid-looking thing with sharp teeth, and they're a psionic creature. But the relevant part about Abeloths is they've been around for forever. They have been argued to have been around the earliest, like, as in some people argue that Abeloths are the oldest entities in the setting. Yeah, they're pretty bad. But here's the important part. Abeloths have kind of a shared mental library. They don't really have a consciousness so much as the shared consciousness. You know, you get what I'm saying, right? It's not like the Borg. It's more like they could all be like, hey, the reason this is so relevant is even the Abeloths do not know where the Illithids came from. Now, this ties in with what the Illithids are thematically, rather than literally. The Illithids are alien. The whole point of Illithids is that they come from outside, and they have nothing to do with how the rest of the Forgotten Realms and the planes and all that operate. Wouldn't blame you, Maverick. Wait, cheating in a single-player game? So, the reason I bring that up is because the canon answer, which that is to say the answer that the Wizards of the Coast have come up with is, who knows? We do not know where the Illithids come from. There are multiple theories, but none of them are true. They're all just theories. Now, you want to hear my theory?
Hey, soldier.
Now, I'm not saying they're aliens. No, I do actually have a theory. Legit. My theory is actually really boring. I think that based on their interactions and how obviously... I don't know how to put it. They're a crafted race. I think either there was an experiment that went wrong, or something built or crafted them to be a slave race or a servitor race or whatever, which is pretty similar to the origin, one of the canonical origins of the actual xenomorphs, if you're paying attention. They're just too, like you say, they're too parasitic, right? They are too dependent on other life forms to even exist without having traced back to some kind of origination point. And their life cycle is extremely unnatural and self-defeating. The only reason their life cycle functions at all is because of the fact that it deliberately goes out of its way to not really move on. Right? There's a reason the Illithids haven't reconquered or rebuilt their empire, and it's because they're not designed to. They're not built to. Their whole society is self-defeating, biologically as well as culturally. So, that's my take. I think that they were either a bioweapon, or they were built as an experiment, or something similar, and it got out of control, and they built the whole Spelljammer Empire, which is arguably outside of Forgotten Realms entirely. You get it.
Civilization beckons at last. It's no Waterdeep, but Baldur's Gate is a respectable runner-up. Or at least a close third.
Uh-huh. Join me.
With
Yeah, exactly, Kira White Noise. It probably just goes back to an original Elder Brain, and then some working from that, and blah, 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 blah. Gale. Will, that's what I'm missing. Sorry, I'm so gobsmacked by this entire interface.
Always good to talk, my friend. That's...
Okay, watch. None of them have the die.
What's the story?
Salutations.
He still has the necromancy of Thay on him.
The pride of the gate.
So just to be ultra thorough, but yeah, apparently my dies have just vanished from the ether. I know they were there, but they certainly are not there anymore.
Always good to talk, my friend. Are you sure? And...
Also, a minor irritation. It takes 2 dialogue options to get someone to join, and 3 to get them to leave.
How can I help? I question the wisdom of that. I'll be here.
There is a chance I sold it. Very unintentionally. I wouldn't have deliberately sold dies like that. And I've never been hurting for money, so there's no point in which I would have been inclined to do so. But it's possible it happened in an accident at some point, so whatever. I'm just going to look pukey for a while.
What's on your mind?
Yes, pukey.
I don't want you to look pukey.
I don't either, but I don't have any dyes.
Oh,
Yeah, if nothing else, when I'm in camp, I should be able to hit this. It doesn't even do anything. I should be able to hit the party button and see all my party, because at camp, all my party's here, right?
Yes.
Join me.
There should be a store in the game where you can buy dyes.
I agree. And there might be. It's been mentioned that there might be one in the upcoming city we're not at yet. Let's get Shadowheart back in the party. My one true love.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something?
And then we just have sex with her. Just right there. Boom.
All right. So
Broad daylight. Middle of the road.
I'm listening.
Everyone's watching.
It is done.
Asterion tries to join in. That doesn't work out well for him. Shadowheart uses Dawn Bolt Death. He's a vampire. Withers is just like,
Resurrect someone who can! Ah! Lucille! It's pose, grapevine, then pivot step. Jacob, you have the grace of my great-grandmother's missing leg. Ah! And Boris. Boris! Put some sensuality into those lovely hip bones. I know you have it in you. Step it up.
you need help? Like, no, game. Game. The game has been stalled by my terrible pukey outfit. There it goes.
Interrupting a massacre? Merkel, help me! These three make the art of dance look like a ritual sacrifice. Call me Lucretius, ringmaster, necromancer, bringer of the night. Oh, and wine lover extraordinaire. Normally, I'd invite you into my tent for a lovely vintage, but these graceless skellies need my full attention. Enjoy my circus, darling.
So what do you want to bet? They're the one that, you know, are the ex-adventurer who, you know, level 9, wow, who retired in order to run a circus. Yeah, that's a retired adventurer right there, exactly.
Do not stand too close. The flames have a life of their own.
Yeah, she did flat out say, this is her circus. Yeah, that's a displacer beast.
Another. Good.
Did I just roll a 1? Well, better than a 1.
While the cage is sturdy, the lock is old. It could be jammed shut, so not even a key could open it.
So, why is this good?
My time comes. I will show you. All of you.
Show me what? Your secret's safe with me. Let me just roll a plus 16 to 19. How is...
Look. See. They laugh. They shine with innocence. But it is a lie. Every one of you is vicious, cruel. You kill my mate, steal my cubs.
Yeah, I'm loving this camera choice.
Break my cage, and then you die. You all die!
Okay, I was wondering why we could break the cage and make sure that, you know, this creature couldn't get out. So I like our options are, when do you plan on killing everyone? Kill everyone as long as you want, or, sure, peace. Yeah, let's not allow that.
Coward!
The Displacer Beast respawns to Savakam's donation.
Maybe later, Peanut. He doesn't...
Ooh, don't get too close, or Crimson here might decide you look tasty.
I wouldn't call a Displacer Beast a normal enemy. Those things are mean. Like, Displacer Beast are one of those... Technically, they're mid-level, even low-level mobs. But their unique gimmick can make them really suck. Yeah, CR3, but that can go bad. I've actually had a part... This is a true story. There was the Orthon fight we didn't fight. There was this one time, and it was such a basic thing. It was in Forgotten Realms, and we were traveling overland, and I rolled for a random encounter, and it was 2 Displacer Beasts. So I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, alright, let's do this. And they start fighting and fighting and fighting, and they die. My party of, this would have been 4 party members, just could not land a hit on these frickin' Displacer Beasts. And the dice were just bad, 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 bad. And so we all sat there for a minute staring at the thing, and they were frustrated, and I was gobsmacked. And I'm like, you want to just ignore that? And they were like, yes. And so then I was like, bzzz. And then you finished telling your story of the horrible Displacer Beast duo to the rest of your party members, and then you pick up camp and keep going for the rest of the night. Because, like, I'm firmly... Hang on. This is actually a surprisingly complex topic, so forgive me. There's a lot to be said for the randomness of the dice, right? There's a lot good that can be said about it, and a lot bad. But the thing is, I do think that the dice need to be reined in, for lack of a better way to put it. I do think that if you allow a game to land wherever the dice lie, it'll make the game worse, not better. My opinion. So, I've been one of those GMs who has never hesitated in flubbing when I feel the need for it. Yes, it was Savatam, I agree. Still, even with myself. Random is good, and I mean that. Controlled random is good. Choice random is also good, when the player has a choice of having randomization. But just having a thing that can go in any direction is just going to get frustrating, and is also going to completely kill any narrative potential as well. I will admit, I tried very hard not to flub too often, because that's the other problem, right? If they always succeed, or I always fail, or vice versa, that's not fun either. So, point being, that Displacer Beast thing has stuck. That was on one of my original campaigns, too. That was back in college. So, that story has stuck with me for a while, specifically because of what it taught me about GMing. Now, thank you, Papa Neeks. I do always appreciate you. I put that towards Contradiction, the Arkhams, and God of War 5. Now, Savakam is back, which is always a delight. I do hope your trip was as good as it could be. I'm told I'm a damn good GM, but the biggest problem is you know what's required to be a damn good GM? I'll just tell you right now. Time! The reason I haven't GM'd in so long is because time. Like, if I just sat down right now to GM for you, it's not going to be good, because I haven't done any prep time. I don't have anything memorized. I don't have any books handy. I don't have any PDFs handy. I haven't done any of the investment and build-up and setup necessary to do my freaking job properly. There's only so much you can do with improv, right? Yeah, I can do completely off-the-cuff stuff, but even that, if I'm being honest, I usually kind of lean back a little bit on stuff I've already done in the past or memorized. For example, I actually hope to run my kiddo over there through Primus one of these days. And since I know Primus so well, I could just do that off the top of my head. I hope so, Von Falkenstein. They did it with DOS too. Now, thank you very, very much, Savacom. Always, always, always appreciate. Thank you. I put that for Breath of Fire, towards FF1, and towards FF3. Lean melee if you're not sure what the spells do, Ross. I mean, I actually honestly think you should lean melee anyways, if I'm being blunt. Don't mistake me, spells are great, but you'll notice that the two people who've been dragging me through 80% of my encounters have been my fighter and my barbarian. You typed FF4, I will... You typed FF3. If it's FF4, I will adjust it. I was actually weirded out. I just sort of assumed we were going to be doing an FF3 comparison block, and... So that was FF4, then. This is why we do the verbal confirmation thing. Anyways. But no, absolutely, Papa Nix. Like, I demand being a better GM, because... D&D is supposed to be as close to the holodeck as we get. And I know that sounds weird to say it that way, but I mean that. We really should be able to play D&D and do anything. That's the benefit. If we wanted to play a random dungeon crawler, that's what video games are for. But if we want to be able to do anything, have the story go in any direction, and have people that can react to us dynamically, then if we want a holodeck, then we need a GM, and that requires me to do my frickin' job. Sorry, when I say melee, what I of course mean is martial, because I always mistake melee for martial, because I'm stupid. So yes, monk and range of account.
Hunger. My stomach screams. Press your flesh through bars. And blood reeks.
This is Savacom if she has not had coffee that day.
No flesh. Meat. Now. Now. Now.
That was Voyager, Ross. And it was because of Jerry Taylor, who was dumb. So... Let's see here. Martial, of course, just means military or warlike or whatever. But, one of the most common...
Why, hello, lover. That's...
One of the most common ways to distinguish in a game like this between magical and non-magical is to call it magical and martial. So, martial covers the physical classes. If you've got a bow, if you've got a mace, if you punch, that's the martial side of things. Make sense? So, yeah, everything that isn't magic, in other words, all the non-casters are the martial classes. As I've mentioned before, martial, talker, and magic are the three pillars of most tabletop things, D&D as well. And yeah, there's a reason why it's called Might and Magic, exactly. Anyway, so I think we've done most of the things this place has to offer, but I didn't see any meat. So I'm just going to ask a question. Does anybody know if I could get some meat here that doesn't involve killing somebody to feed this poor creature? Because I didn't see any, but the highlight thing is terrible, so maybe there is some. Like, I haven't even seen a vendor. Where's my frickin' cheese wheels?
Cheese wheels?
I want cheese wheels!
Why do you want cheese wheels?
Well, you missed it, kiddo, but earlier a genie actually turned me into a cheese wheel. And I could still move around, so I was just rolling and rolling. I didn't see any, but let's try the lizard guy again. Who is over
There's
here?
a cheese wheel over there.
Cheese wheel. Get your cheese wheel. I mean, I do too, Loke, but you notice...
Sorry, my cheese wheel's running away.
Bounce.
Oh, I had...
There's no option to talk the creature.
I have one of the Snickers.
What?
Can I have one of the Snickers?
Tell you what. If you agree to empty the washer, you can have a Snickers. How's that sound?
They did agree. I just haven't done it yet.
Exactly. So now you have to double agree.
Okay, I'll go do it now.
Okay. But yes, you can have a Snickers. Thank you for asking. Wine, elixir, arrow, ring, frond, potato. Potato.
Bake it.
I can bake it. I can eat it.
And then I'm going to eat it.
There's just a potato. That's all there is.
Tater.
Not but a tater.
Wait, so the only food that's being sold is a tater?
Literally one potato is the only food they're currently selling in this carnival. Unless I'm missing a food vendor, which I probably am.
Yeah.
So I can already tell the AC unit's working. It's been, looks like about half an hour, but I can feel the temperature starting to come down over here.
Is an endless scream in nature's womb. I have felt no peace here. Until now, your eyes, Dryad. There is pain, endless and deep, but also devotion.
Twitch, please don't.
Blazing like the sun. You're in love. Are you not?
Yeah.
They've got no...
You are wise to admit it. When it comes to love, vulnerability is armor. Truth, a sword, and trust, a shield. I pray you wield all three, Stira. Bring the one you love to me. I will look into your hearts and see if your love is eternal or doomed eternally.
So this is funny. So we, of course, are very much in love with Shadowheart. So we could be like, hey, Asterion, you up for this? We can also ask Lae'zel, Miss, I don't believe in love, just sex. So I would probably do this in real life, too. Not because it means anything, just because I think it would be cute, so...
It can't hurt, I suppose. Unless you embarrass me. Then you might find yourself hurting in a whole manner of ways.
Close your eyes, little ones. Be still as stone to earth. And remember to breathe.
Yeah, nothing bad can come of letting a Dryad cast magic on us. I mean, the Djinn literally just tossed us to our death earlier. We just happened to not die. Well, the reason I was reacting to that, Blade, is because it looked like that wasn't a you're in a relationship, that was just a generic response.
I see you. I see the bond between you.
Oh,
So
character
tender,
did, gotcha.
so fragile. But do you see it for yourselves? Shadowheart. An endless storm surges behind sharp eyes.
Very strategically placed leaves. Thank you for that.
From where does Shadowheart draw comfort on a cold, dark night?
Are we having a waifu wars in chat? I will admit, Lae'zel has somehow dragged her way up from whatever to one of my favorite characters. That's not a joke. Romance or waifuing or whatever aside, she's kind of an awesome character. Karlach has never not been an awesome character, but she also hasn't moved. Have you noticed that? Her character arc isn't. She's just very well characterized. This is one of the reasons why, when I talk about the 6 points of story, I distinguish between characterization and character growth. Then we have Asterion, who... Let's just ignore that. Let's just... There we go. Okay, cool. Now that we've moved him out of the character. And Shadowheart has also had a really, really good story arc, I would say. It's been a great arc, and she's had... It's not a joke. My favorite moments in the game have all been related to Shadowheart's personal quest. Now, I'm not saying the other quests won't eventually surpass that. I'm just saying, as of this moment, it's been some really cool stuff. So yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer, honestly. Maybe. I don't know, Papa Neeks. I don't know. But either way. I like Blanket, but we'll be sincere. Good company and an even better vintage. Yeah, Will is not doing it for me. He's the only character that, as of this moment, I'm not giving a story positive to, of the party members, because he's just there. Like, you'd think he's great. Like, he's got so much potential for a story, and he just doesn't. And it doesn't help that Will keeps constantly opening his gob and just being not interesting. He reminds me of Jacob in Mass Effect 3, specifically. Not 2. I liked Jacob in 2. Like, Will, and I mean that, Will is like one step away from being a kind of character I would actually like. He doesn't manage that. And that's really frustrating. Halsin is a nothing burger. I have no real opinion on Halsin so far. Jaheira, I never liked her to begin with. I actually like her more here than back in Baldur's Gate 2, so that's nice. You know what? Sebastian's a good comparison for what Will feels like. Oh, now that you say that. Who am I missing? Who am I missing of the party members? Is that everyone? I think it's everyone that we've gotten. I already mentioned Halsin. Oh, Gale. I like Gale. I didn't think I would. But I do like... I think the actor helps Gale a lot. And his performance helps a lot. But I do like Gale. I think he's interesting. I think the fact that he is so himself while still regretting it, but still wanting to do it, is a nice little dovetail personality thing. I haven't seen much for him otherwise. Like, he had some good scenes, and his bit with Elminster was actually really good. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I do hope to cure him of the fact that he's got a goddamn Netherese artifact in his chest. Anyway, so I do like Gale. I like Gale, I like Shadowheart, I like Karlach. And I like Lizelle.
Well put. Though I'll forgive a middling wine so long as the company makes up the difference.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Gale feels like a better Will. That's very true.
Bond thrums with pleasure. Strong, vital, pulsing with affection. The heart craves comfort, but needs respect. How does one earn the dark-haired maiden's respect?
Well, first you recognize that she has white hair. Second of all, she's This dialogue feels like this was written without acknowledging that she has abandoned Char. But we'll go ahead and go with discreet.
Very good. Just don't say it so loud.
The sweetest loves dance lightly on the tongue, but now we must dig deeper.
What's the rope?
Into the most painful reaches of the spirit. Shame sits in the soul of all. To tame it, we must name it. Shadowheart. What is her deepest...
Also, I'm starting to think this is a bug, and she's not actually supposed to be invisible. What is her deepest shame? Her hair!
I didn't think a little game would sting so much when I agreed to this. But you're right.
And now she's walking towards me. I think, where are you? Where are you?
A perfect score. I'm flattered. Have you been studying up on me every night at camp?
No, this is the game telling me I only have eyes for the Dryad.
2 hearts beating a perfect rhythm. But I know the truth. Only one face haunts your dreams each night. Close your eyes, sweetness, and she will come to you.
Okay. So this is not good. Yep.
Look at it. Come crawling home, hands stained with the Bone Lord's soot. And you carry his stone. You waste time soft-soothing these flesh bags for the knife. I could end it now. But I'll be patient. Father will see us together again. He will see you bleed.
So Orin is a shapeshifter. What will she be watching?
So, yeah, as we already mentioned, Orin is a changeling. And we already mentioned the connection that implies. What makes that much more interesting is it's harder than you'd think to spot someone who has changed shape in this setting. Generally speaking, one of the only telltale signs is that you could look at something and there's some degree of magical aura to it, and that's it, right? Like, that's the full extent of what you get. True Sight, I believe, sees through it, and there's a couple of specific other things that see through it, but like our eye just gives us invisibility. So we don't actually have the ability to true... Oh my god, if we had a True Sight eye, I would take that. Behavior's the big thing, so we're going to have to start paying attention. Because I guarantee you they're going to try to throw us a curveball with that nonsense. Yeah, that's another thing. So if someone uses magic to shape change, it's easy to bypass because there's ways to dispel that. Relatively easy ways to dispel that. If they're a natural shape changer, a little bit trickier. I'm not sure even how that works exactly in 5th edition. But we're going to do something really quick. We're going to go back to camp. We just keep going back to camp. That's just... I really don't want to enter the city, you know? That's just what I'm at. Yeah, like a changeling. Speaking of which, hi there, Yenna.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
I believe you. Well, we have got some poutine on us. So, I don't know if this is true anymore in 5th edition, Lord Harrimont, but in 3 and 3.5, there were specific... Oh god, what are they called? Not code words. There's a term for that. Special word usages when describing abilities. And I forget all of them right now, but they would specifically mention supernatural abilities as opposed to magical abilities. And that would be the two... That's the distinction. Something that is a magical ability of an entity, whether it's a beast or a creature or an individual, whatever, is something that is tapping into the weave, and something that is supernatural is not. Oh yeah, there's also extraordinary. Thank you. I forgot about extraordinary. This is important in a couple of cases when it came down to the nitty-gritty, because sometimes it's like, well, can I magically affect such and such? Well, is it magic? Well, hang on, let's pull up in the book. You get it. So apparently I don't have any food left. That sucks. And I don't see a food vendor here. It's fine, Zar. She's just pure evil.
I want to see Dribble.
And made of death. We apparently have camped all our food other than the camp provisions, because it uses those last for some reason. I feel like there were other keywords. That's the word. I feel like there were other keywords other than extraordinary, supernatural, magical, but those are exceptions. There has got... Come on, there's got to be someone selling funnel cakes, right? Why is there no one here who is selling me food?
No.
What?
Still no. Off limits. Leave. Now.
Funnel cakes. Get your funnel cakes here. I don't remember what that card did. I used it all the time. No, we've used up all the provisions, von Falkenstein. Okay, hang on. We need to find a vendor.
Remind them that this
That looks like a smithy. Wait, go to the stage? Hang on. We can find meat at the smithy. Get some Texan eggs going. Listen, loot is for people who enjoy looting in a game.
You don't have permission to be here.
What?
You're about to be ejected.
Why are you... Oh my god. Don't go that way, game. Like, this guy says he has treatsies, but he doesn't. Like, I've checked him twice now. He does not sell food. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not actually loot averse. I just don't like the act of looting and inventory management in games where it's not fun to do. Which includes this one. It's a little bit better in DOS 2 because telekinesis is a thing.
We've seen him twice already, Peanut.
So not seeing any food. You, random woman. Or not. Okay, cool. Nice hair.
Buddy the dog is my very best friend. Do you know why? Why? Because with him, anything is possible. Way!
Okay, that brought a real grin.
Gods, I hate clowns. I'm not even sure clowns like clowns.
Did you hear about the scarecrow who lost a fight?
Sure did. His opponent was really clutching at straws.
Hey! Looks like
We got disapproval for that.
Good thing, too. I'll need someone with your wits for my next trick. Now, where are you?
A bloodthirsty rush of fury engulfs you. You want to butcher the crowd, women and children alike, and soak in their innards.
No.
It is glorious.
No.
You, my special assistant. Come on up.
I mean, I'm the only one wearing any color of this group. But, you know... Hang on. You love a good spotlight, don't you, Asterion? Here's your big chance.
What? No. Don't you dare. This isn't funny.
Oh, my heart! The enthusiasm is too much! Now, up, double sharp, or poor Buddy will think you don't like him.
I think your outfit is giving me cancer.
Right there! Oh, perfect!
Go on, Asterion.
Of course! What fun! I'm going to fucking kill you.
very special. As special as can be. Does anyone know why?
Why?
You're special, my friend. Because I have a message just for you. Praise the Absolute. Better bleed. There's the spot of the show. Praise the Absolute.
Oh, that's actually horrible. You missed it, Evo. You missed it. You missed Asterion and the clown. Ignore the fact that we're killing the clown. Oh my god, are we killing other people too? We're apparently killing the animal tamer. And Ryland. Okay. Yeah, Asterion was finally worth the price of admission for the first time. I'm not sure we're going to do this. We're going to see where this goes and see what happens, because I don't want to aggro the whole carnival unless they're all cultists.
Here comes the punchline.
Lily limpet luster.
Okay, so... Well, no. Well, yeah, okay. Are you going to help me or them? You got two options here. Now they're just attacking the people.
Circus.
How would you always know that? And oh my god, they're attacking the civilians. Lae'zel, I need you to save the civilians. Do I really have to? Yes. Save the civilians. Okay. That was a doppelganger. Oh, I'm gonna hate this, aren't I?
No!
See, the problem is I've kind of got her built as an AoEer, and we've currently got a lot of, you know, friendlies around here. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, exactly, Loke. It's like, yeah, I can see where this is going. I like how we got dead last in the initiative, by the way. That's just great. I don't know, and I don't want to risk it, Lord Harrimont. So we're gonna do this. Notice that did not heal the yellows. Alright, no, that's right. It is, so far the game is performing pretty much exactly what I expected, Sobercom. Ow. Ow. Okay, he didn't attack me. He looked like he was going for me, but he's not. That's actually good. So, it's a good sign. We're going to be very careful now and not do any kind of AoEing. We're just going to keep that rolling. Yep, yep, there's another one. Cute. We did talk to the Dryad, who was not a Dryad. Yeah, no fireballs, no spirit guidance. We're just going to be... I've played WoW, okay? I've done WoW raids. There's a lot of fights where you really, really, really want to make sure you don't do any AoE. And it's astonishing how many players do not understand how many abilities have like a passive AoE effect that they don't even really think about. So, I'm good at knowing what abilities don't do AoE. So we're going to go ahead and just very precisely not do a Frost Nova, not do a Moonfire. You know, we're not going to hit Revenge while we're playing as a tank. Focus Fire. It really sucks on a Demon Hunter, by the way, because I think Demon Hunters have 2 attacks that are not innately AoE. At least my build only has 2. And she was one too. Exactly, Kira White Noise. That does explain a lot more. It's only yellow, though. I wish I could have fed the animal, but whatever. Let's go ahead and pop a regular heal. We got just the pants beat off us there. I think we could have gotten the beast on our side if we had any food. But whatever. You get to die. Sorry. I actually feel bad about this.
Death won't take me yet.
Sorry. Asterion just rolled a 1. He's been in my party for 1 day. Just thought I'd point that out. The water continues to be wet. Okay.
Shapeshifter. And here I thought that I'd slayed a clown.
Whenever this weapon lands a crit, both target and attacker have to seek a wisdom save or be affected by fits of laughter. Word from the tribunal. I see it in you, the thirst, the art, the passion, the trail of cold, bloody murder you've left in your track needs only finishing touches to grant you a place amongst his favored. But he requires something truly magnificent. A circus has appeared, boasting a collection of misfits and ragtags, but more importantly, a stage. Now comes the performance of your lifetime, and when curtain falls, the tribunal will be waiting. Spicy sausage links! Great! Yeah, that sucks. But there's several things of food. Cool. Sorry, Crimson. I wish I could have given you food. So, hey, your people were doppelgangers. This level 9 necromancer.
Oh dear. Screaming children, an oozing corpse, and it's not even my birthday. I thought the Absolute wouldn't dare set foot in my circus. To use such a woeful dribbles impersonator, why, it's downright rude.
Aren't you bothered by the fact that your star just died?
When you run a plain-hopping circus of ragtags and ruffians, few things faze you. Alas, I cannot afford to lose any more staff. Funerals are so very expensive. I need to move the circus, but I cannot leave just yet. Not without Dribbles. He was a star. Customers of every color and creed simply adored him. I need him back, and I'll shower the person who finds him in love, adoration, and adequate compensation. What do you say?
Yeah, done.
That's the spirit, darling. And remember, I look after those who make me happy. Good luck, and thanks ever so much.
Okay.
I should speak up.
Clown Man is dead. Oh well. Want a treato?
Listen, Von Falkenstein.
Why? I die, you die, we all die. Big Wolf. Have a treato. It'll make it better.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yes! I has lots of stuffs. Just for you.
I don't see a hand. Someone was like, hey, there's a hand. I don't see a hand. You lied to me. Not for sale.
Bye-bye.
Got it. Which means it's probably the clown's severed hand right there.
Mostly bloodstain free.
Yep, so far there's been one good kobold. He is, unironically, my favorite party member in Neverwinter Nights. No, really.
Keep your distance, darling. On my way.
Get your shinies and Tritos!
Ready or not.
That drow's nose was as crooked as you carved, my darling.
Could you, like, go away, please?
Neither seen nor heard.
Oi! Give that back! It's my special hand!
What makes it so special?
I found it by the clown man's tent. Fought a rat for it and everything's. It's a one-of-a-kind hand with artisanal bite marks. It's worth lots.
10,000, huh? Pretty sure this belonged to Dribbles.
All right. Mama Lucretia says we family. Suppose that means Dribbles was too. Yeah. But don't tell nobodies I gave it to you for free. Got to protect my reputation as a tough business lord.
I like the title Business Lord so much, I want to use that now. Maybe in the Star Wars rewrite? To describe the people who back the CIS?
At least things have stayed interesting.
I like it. I like it. No, it works. It fits. Someone write that down in the Discord. All right, here, I'll do it. I'll do it. Note to self for later, : Business Lord.
My darling, he was simply in denial.
There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, okay, so, let's look at this stupid thing. Wherever it is. Oh my god, I've got so much junk! Ah! Ah! Okay. Calm. I mean, that's a good question, Lord Aramon. I don't know. Okay, so let's send that to camp. I'm never going to use these. Send that to camp, send that to camp, send that to camp. Send that to... that should go in here, I think? Nope, those are grenades. Here? Hey, look! Sausage links! Oh my god! Okay, whatever. Stop being over here. Why is the... Here, maybe? Ah! God damn it! Okay, here, so... Buff item... Buff item... Sent... hang on. Sent to camp. I'm sorry, just give me a second. These for too long here. Take these, Asturian. Why is it opening over here for some reason? Ah! Stop that! Hey, Aleph. And hey, Lumo. Sorry I didn't say hi earlier. Thieves' Tool, Broken Moon Lantern, which honestly I could probably dump at this point. Moon Lantern, which I can honestly probably dump at this point. Torch, which I'm going Deathstalker's Mantle, which I'm holding on to. Bunch of junk. I'll just do that. The loot, which I hold on to because screw you. Adamantine, which we could probably just get rid of. Another broken Moon Lantern. Jesus Christ. Hair growth tonic, very important. Got to keep hold of that. Iron Flask. We still haven't used this. We're probably past the point where it's useful, but, you know. All those mind flayers. You know what? We'll just hold on to those. Sonic Detector, skulls, ropes. That we literally have never, we cannot complete that quest now, so we're just going to get rid of that. That goes to Lae'zel. I don't know what some of these things even are. That goes to Asterion. This goes to Lae'zel. I need to dump this crap, because it's, well, hang on, let's dump. Oh, hang on. Look at this over here. Get back to that. We'll hold on to that. That might be a plot item. These go to Lae'zel. That goes to Lae'zel. That stays here. That's for money. That's for money. That's part of the, will eventually probably respec thing. That goes over there. Dyes we'll keep here. It's a Misty Step. We'll keep here for the moment. That we keep here for a moment. That we keep. Okay. Sort. We have 18 pounds of gold. Hold on to that. Yeah, Aleph. You can type in ! Many different commands. There's like review, there's doc, there's current, there's pluses, there's negatives, there's positives, there's negatives. There's like 40 different commands, which all work for pulling that up. I don't remember all of them. Yeah, doc is perfectly acceptable. The document's a little more up-to-date than the HUD. I've actually honestly debated just wiping the HUD out because the document needs some cleanup. And that takes time, and I've already spent too much time sitting here sorting out the freaking inventory. So we'll probably come back to that. Now, where's this hand I just got? Oh, it's on you.
Careful, I bite.
That's nice. Give me the hand. The hand. The hand? Hello. Where'd the hand end up? Oh, there it is. God damn, it's right on the top.
My face protects me.
I really want to come up with some way to auto-update the HUD based on the document, but near as I can tell, it would involve at least, and I've done some real digging of it, it's going to involve at least 2 interpretive programs in between Google Doc and OBS, and that's just, that's a whole thing, you know? If anybody has any other ideas, I'm listening, but the biggest problem I'm running into is I want the public document to be publicly viewable, which pretty much means using a Google Doc for it. What is that? Not as good as your adamantine. Is what that is.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
I could, but that almost runs into the same problem, Savacon. At that point, I have a local document, which I then have to periodically paste into Google Docs so that people can see it. And there's going to be some serious formatting issues with that. I don't know. I'll figure out something. Yeah, we're never going to use these parasites. The only reason they're on me is because I don't trust them being in my camp, but I don't know if the game cares. Like, if it's even keeping track of their location, you know? Like, oh, they're at your camp, and I stole all your parasites. Alright, I'm going to trust you on this. We'll go ahead and dump them. Including the Astral Touched one. Get that out of my inventory. Get out of here, get out of here. Yeah, I really wish I had a bag of holding. Yeah, just sell these tadpoles to random vendors. Oh, I wonder what this is. Okay, so we got the hand.
Moving in.
Oh,
The
darling.
Book of Cheesomancy.
Dragonborn's order. It's due shortly.
Sells good things.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
I hear screaming. Something is wrong. The shop is closed. Stony, darling, be careful. Oh, it's been an age since your last break, my darling.
Remember, don't work too hard. I anticipate beating this game sometime around Saturday, Walker. We'll see. I'm gonna be wholly honest, my patience for the game is already gone. Not to sound negative about it, it's just, walking into Act 3, my attitude is already, let's get on with it. Like, I almost didn't come do the circus, but I was like, no, we should do the circus.
Pillows.
It would be most pleasing to sleep indoors.
Circus was worth it. It's just, not everything is, you know, I don't know, it's, I understand that I should do everything anyways. I just, what I would probably do right now, if I was playing this off camera, is I'd be like, can we just get on with this? Because I'd be playing with a friend. Or I'd let them guide and I'd start pulling up YouTube videos on the side. That's kind of the mentality I'm at. And it's okay. Occasionally there's something cool, like the circus. So I'd be like, okay, let's pay attention for the circus. Let's go. I would like that. We're going to put that under Prime Opt, I think. Look at these quests. Oh my god. Okay, calm. Embrace your potential. Yeah, no. What I was gonna look for was a quest, which I can't see. There it is. The cheese transformation alone was worth it. That's an interesting question, because I never got tired or irritated during the FF14 run, and that was just last year. So I can prove that the length of a game isn't really the factor in me eventually getting tired of it. The problem is, listing another game like that is a little bit trickier. You know what? Pokemon Shield. 90-hour game. Longest game we have on the books right now. Never got tired of that. I kind of want to replay that, you know?
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you?
No kidding, Colgrim. But yeah, no, exactly, Blade Trevor. How many times have we had to redo significant portions of the game just because of bugs? Just because of, Fire Emblem Three Houses was interesting. I never got tired of the gameplay of that game. It was legit. It was awesome, and it was fun. I will admit I can't say quite the same thing about the narrative access. But overall, I wasn't like, oh god, let's get on with it by the end. And that was a long-ass game, too. I know. I'm sorry. The good news is I'm in an air conditioning thing. I can almost put my coat back on. I'm in air conditioning. That's helping, you know. We've got air. We've got, you know, good company. I had a good lunch. I actually ordered groceries. And during the groceries... Yeah, I know. And during the groceries being delivered, the woman was very nice and helpful. And she actually got me a sandwich from the grocery store. So I have now finally tried a Publix Subway, and it was actually really good. So, you know, I'm in a good mood. Air's good. Cool is good. No, I never got tired of Breath of the Wild. I also never got tired of Mario Odyssey while we're on the subject. And that, we 100%ed that. That is a damned long game. And we 100%ed it. And I never got tired of that game. So... just be a good game. If you're going to be a 90-hour game, just be good. That's all I ask of you. I'm sorry. I know that's dismissive. I'm mostly joking. How will I know the perfect weapon for me?
I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill?
Path of... So that's Pillars of Eternity 2, right, Aleph? If it is, I never got tired of PoE 2. PoE 2 really surprised me with its quality. Especially since I'm one of those people who didn't really like PoE 1. Mostly from a gameplay axis, but I do think the narrative had several meandering problems, and there's some inconsistent voice acting problems. There's some issues. It felt like... But PoE 2 caught me. I liked PoE 2. Dragon Quest VII is the super long Dragon Quest. Although, speaking of which, Dragon Quest XI, that one never dragged on me. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Dragon Age Origins, a game we'll be playing next, is a game that I've never gotten tired of playing. We'll see if that's true this time around, because if it is, then there's officially something wrong with me. Let's go. It depends on who I'm killing and how much they pissed me off.
Oh, good answer. Killing is so much more satisfying when you really mean it. And when you kill someone, what do you feel?
Interesting stretch of answers here. One of them is exhilarated beyond compare, for it's my purpose, but another is I feel nothing, as if I'm not even present. I will, of course, go with option 2, sadness.
You deny yourself the sweetest pleasures. But that can change, given the right circumstances. One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you?
No, I didn't get sick of Mass Effect 2 either, and yeah, that was a long game, relatively speaking. I do all I can to keep my loved ones safe from my blade.
You can't stop yourself any more than stop your blood pumping. You delay the inevitable.
I see how you slither closer, belly dragging in the filth. Father is laughing at you. Weak and soft and broken. Oh, sweet sibling. The world has dulled you. Or maybe I poked your mind matter too sharply. Do not worry, slaughterkin. My blades are still sharp and sweet. They will greet you soon enough.
Oh yeah, you're probably wondering, why does her outfit look like a carapace?
She's toying with me. What does she want?
Because it is. That's not clothing.
You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward.
You're attacked by a doppelganger. I've been here... What are you talking about, dude?
Don't dare lie to me. I saw you with my own eyes. Grinning at me like some bloody imbecile. I'm gonna knock that smirk right off your face.
You had a blow to your head. Are you sure you're remembering correctly? And, you know, just for fun, let's add plus 16 to my roll. I have to roll a 3 to fail at this. Which I almost did. I rolled a 6. I think.
Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. Ah, God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
I legitimately don't think Orin is that good at infiltrating to replace someone. Both times she's done it, it's been pretty obvious that it's her. At least 20 hours, Ross. Right off the top of my head.
No.
Yeah, Orin, I mean, she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She can't help herself. Which is good, because the last thing we want to deal with is a competent changeling. That's a problem. There are not many ways to deal with a competent changeling reliably.
She'd want me to sell it, and it helps me feel sorry for
You want to let those thugs get away with this?
Okay, so we did the circus. And, yes, no kidding, Baldur. And we did that. I think we're good to go in to the city. Yes. Wait! Wait, I've been told there's something else to do! There's a hill. This way. Well, we have a steering of the party. Might as well take advantage of that. No, there's no more stuff, Dr. Winter. We're done! We're done! Oh god, no! We're done! We're done! Mercy. Mercy. I'm okay. What? Let's save. We haven't saved in a minute. Aww. I could have fed this chicken to that one, to the beast, and now I can't. What a waste of a delicious chicken. Damn it, I knew it, Schmeitel! There's a 15-hour quest chain with regards to this bush right here. You see, long, long ago.
There are so few of us left. Our strength was never numbers, but the bonds we share, and they are stronger than ever.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly broken.
Okay. Hi. Hello.
They need to be wiped out, exterminated.
Rechtei Hathran Rust.
Welcome, friend. You've joined us as we honor our fallen dead. A somber time. And you have brought a somber guest. I did not think you would willingly return, Spawn. Well, indeed. I was rather hoping I'd never see you people again. Honestly.
Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Vald Iskablast.
I feel we're intruding. We should leave quickly. Calm yourself. You will not be harmed. Our leader has called off the hunt. She wishes to speak to you.
Im orak nete. Trasinnetra. So, the impossible Spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you.
Nice axe. What do you want with Asterion? If you wanted to throw him on that pyre, I fully support that.
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future.
When I was hunting you, I was to bring you back here, interrogate you, discover how to save our children, and then destroy you.
But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
I mean, it was more dumb luck than any skill on his part.
One is just as important as the other, I find. And our luck has been poor. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
And no, I didn't see this guy in Act 1. How can you be sure?
I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them.
I know our plight is grim, but if there is even a chance to save them, we must take it.
If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
And yeah, honestly, Khazad-dûr, like, vampires vary wildly from setting to setting. But within Forgotten Realms, vampires can be quite affable and normal and totally cool, right? There's plenty of chill vampires in Forgotten Realms. But if there's a vampire that sends their spawn off to kidnap children to feed on them, then they need to die. Just to put that as very simply as I can. They need to ash. So that's quite literally all I need to know about this guy. And remember, we've known very little because we haven't seen a lot now. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's some cool ones, and then there's the rest. If Astarion won't help you, then I will.
God damn it. Fine. If nothing else, at least killing Khazad-dûr will feel good.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done. Our judgment, and it all
Interesting. So that's moved forward now.
And let them marshal all their strength again.
Is time actually short? You know, that's a good point. I have already been warned that there are time-sensitive quests in Act 3. Not a lot of details, just time-sensitive quests. Is this the Dragon Age Origins sequel we never got? Narratively, yes. Gameplay-wise, no. I think that's how I'd say that. Yeah, if given time and polish and patches, a definitive edition, you know, fixing the load and load of crap that's in this game, yeah, I could see that. But as it is, as of this exact moment, no.
Do not stand here and wait. Khazad-dûr must be destroyed.
What do you... I didn't talk to you, lady. Speaking of bugs. Dragon Age Origins very technically had a time. God, look at this chop. Look at that. Oh, God, that's awful. Oh, God, that's nauseating. It's not helping my mood, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Dragon Age Origins doesn't really have time-sensitive stuff. It has do everything you can while you're here, because if you don't, this area will either be permanently locked out, or we'll never go back to the state it was in.
One day
There's multiple areas like that in Dragon Age Origins.
What's up for discussion?
Shut it.
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was odd, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
The Mage Tower is another example, too. You can go back to the Mage Tower provisionally, but you can also change the state of the Mage Tower to the point where you can't do the same things over. What do I think the game should do to get back on track?
This is the sort of place I'd wait around.
This is going to sound weird, and I don't know this with definitiveness yet, but it feels like the city shouldn't have been the final act. That's a weird choice. To have the big open area, tons of quests in all directions, massive amount of content thing be the final act. Now, I know why that happened. It's because of the nature of how they did their production cycle, but that's a weird choice from producing a game perspective. Yeah, exactly, Colgrim. There should probably be a final act after Act 3. Or, like, basically rejigger it around. So, you know, shove Act 3 over next to Act 1, and then have Act 2, which might lead into the finale. Obviously, this is all taken for some rejiggering, but you get my point. Admittedly, I don't remember the structure of Baldur's Gate 1 well enough to comment on that. But if that's true, they probably were doing that deliberately. But to continue to make my point, you had access to Athlaka in Baldur's Gate 2 immediately. You walk out of the tutorial dungeon and there's the city. You're in the middle of the city. Like out in the promenade, Joaquin's promenade and everything. And that was good structure. Now, Baldur's Gate 2 didn't have perfect structure because Baldur's Gate 2's Act 2 is problematic. But you get my point, right?
Here we are, Griselda.
When Alfira sang us that song, I think of it every day.
Yeah, see, the thing about Baldur's Gate 2 is Act 1 is, without, in my opinion, is without question the best act of Baldur's Gate 2. It has some very clear, solid structure, but a lot of ways to go around and accomplish that structure. And it's got little side things you can do, and it's the best time to go do those little side things. You can meander a bit, you can hit some random dungeons, you can recruit some people. It's cool. Everything's cool. It's got a nice big city with tons of places and variety to explore. You can also just beeline right through Act 1 very, very quickly. But then you had Act 2. And then you hit Act 3, also known as the, oh god, we gotta ship the game act. And yeah, it's just, Baldur's Gate 2 honestly kind of, a little bit after it gets past Act 1. But I'm getting off topic.
You're no bird.
Bex died. Bex is dead. I'm alive, but for what? I'm no one without Bex.
And yeah, Arcs. That's true, Colgrim. Arcs was kind of weird, too.
You're no sus. I'd put my money on Christine.
I thought I did rescue the Tieflings, which is why I'm kind of confused. Oh, man. The Underdark part of Baldur's Gate 2 is when I finally started cheating. Did you know I've never beaten Baldur's Gate 2 without cheating?
Yeah.
I've also only beaten Baldur's Gate 2 twice.
Alfira.
No, 3 times. Excuse me.
No matter where we were.
But, I've never gotten past the Underdark without having decided to cheat.
Or even at all.
Now, mind your tongues. Leave Christine.
What a sad situation. The once proud tieflings of Elturel, reduced to beggars.
Have you seen Baldur's Gate 2? I don't remember, to be very honest. I can't even get the game running anymore. I can even tell you, because I know I've told this story before, I will tell you the exact moment, the first time I was playing Baldur's Gate 2, I decided to cheat. I was fighting some illithids. And then I died. And I was so confused by that, because I didn't know how illithids worked. And the in-game quest chat log, the combat log, was not good. So I didn't know what happened. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I went asking around, and what I found, because this was a while ago, this is like 2002 or 3 or something like that. So I started asking around, like, what the hell happened? Other people said, yeah, no, I had the same bug happen to me. And I just sort of assumed, oh, it's a bug. That sucks. Okay, I'll go ahead and just cheat my way through there. Sure, whatever. And yeah, you're kind of locked into the Illithid City until you leave it. So for those of you not aware, that was not a bug. The way Baldur's Gate 2 handles Illithids is very, very simple. They try to get up in melee range of you, and when they do, they hit you for 1 damage. And then they hit you for 1 damage. And then they hit you for 1 damage and you die, because they've ripped out your brain. Nothing tells you that.
And don't give a rat's ass about honest citizens.
Goblins are such vile little parasites.
Not the vilest any of us have seen of late, unfortunately.
It's up there and we're down here.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
Well, no, it's not that. So what's happening in lore, and again, the lack of feedback is the problem here. An Illithid will hit you for 1 health because it's attaching one of its tentacles to you. And once it gets its 3rd grapple, its 3rd tentacle attack on you, it has sufficiently grabbed onto you enough to rip your skull out and feed on it. That's it. That's all it was. But again, nothing tells you that. Or at least nothing I ever saw told you that. And I was not the only one thrown by that. Because Baldur's Gate 2 has a really bad feedback problem. It's like a good luck figuring out what the hell you're doing kind of a problem. So let's do this. Boop.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can bond with a ton of people, and none of them have stick fingers.
Doesn't make any sense.
You
will when you've met the finest fish caught this morning. What'll it be?
Fish, or nothing.
Come back soon.
Okay. Hey, Race Cat, thank you always. Always appreciate you. Thank you for buying that AC unit, which is thrumming in the distance right now. You want to hear something really sad, Aleph, excuse me. I didn't know that there was a red tentacle icon there until 5 seconds ago when you just told me that. East Shade, Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. Is that the game or the show?
Nearly there now. See the city. Up on the hill.
Where am I? The show. Okay, thank you. Those are different, and I like to keep track of those differently.
To walk just a little more.
God, oh my God, are you seeing the stuttering?
Seeing that for days.
And like I said, I've never seen that one. I'm an idiot.
And we won't have them.
File a report, and I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You're coddling these vagabonds.
Oh, gods. Not another protester. Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese.
Okay.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in. Soon, there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldurians.
No, I'm not even going to comment on this. I'm going to leave this the hell out the window. Because refugees, am I right? I like that we could be elitist towards him too. Okay. I need to AFK for a few minutes, so let's tell this guy he's a moron. You know what? Hang on. Let me open it up, but I do need to AFK for a few minutes. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Ow! I am very sorry about how long that took.
Excuse me? I was born inside the city walls, a Baldurian through and through.
I was born in the FPS dropping.
Clearly they don't teach manners.
Well, then you could leave and die, huh? What do you want from me?
You and I have nothing more to say to one another.
Cool. Let's talk to the vendors.
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight.
So... Hello, Sharon.
There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company.
Thanks.
I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
Oh my god, that frame rate is so bad. Oh god, I can feel my computer dying. We need to get out of here. We need to get on with this. We need to just move out of here. Just get out of here. In fact, hang on, what am I doing? Let's teleport out of here. Jesus.
Jaheira's caress.
Librarian, just a thing with a whip, on all fours, staying in a
It's got private rooms.
Such a prude.
And all round the pleasant just nervous, but don't worry. Everyone at Jaheira's caress. And the person with you. Enjoy the
Ganthalon's dancing.
Bye, Giga.
The safe house Jaheira mentioned.
Whatever you do, don't pay attention to the clown.
How else was I supposed to see their optics?
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine all the people who don't have a freaking nuclear submarine.
Another quake. What's going on?
I have a really, really
bad
bad feeling
our stock isn't you.
that Act 3 is gonna drag the score down, not up, and that sucks. I take no pleasure in such a statement. It's the vibe I'm getting, you know. I look forward to being wrong.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble establishment. How may I be of service?
Jaheira sent me.
Harpers. I'm afraid I serve a grubbier class of clientele than that. More chancers than champions, if you take my meaning. Present company excluded, I'm sure. No, I don't know any, Jaheira, was it?
Uh-huh.
I knew it. I knew she wasn't dead. Fine, yes. You have the right place. But where's the leaf flicker herself?
Well, if I could bring more than one party member, then I would already have brought her with me.
Needless paranoia. Had you opened with that, I'd have known you for a Harper straight off. Here's the key. The others are below, and bearing bad news by the looks of it. Always.
black pudding platter. An assortment of grilled, fried, baked, and boiled blood sausages, complete with a savory dip. +2 to attack rolls when attacking creatures that have already taken damage. Unarmed and melee attacks will deal extra 2 necrotic damage as long as you don't have full health. If you don't do any damage this turn, you take 1d4 necrotic damage at the end of your turn. No. Attacking gnomes or dwarves with this weapon receives +1d4 to attack and to damage. It's just T-Who's. Honestly, I'm not impressed with any of this. I'm just gonna skip it.
Short father, bless you.
Of course I am, Evo. I feel like we already talked about that.
Till our friends are done. Gods forbid we do any business today.
I have a major quest for everybody here, and I have to pick and choose party members. I'd like to reiterate how irritating that is.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer?
It's you!
I can't tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos! Oh, darling, it sounds...
My god, I'm still having the stutters. Oh god, are you seeing this? What are you doing, Baldur's Gate 3? Like, it's not even scratching anything as far as my computer's going. 8% of my CPU, and that's with OBS running. And a mere 16% of my memory. Yeah, we might have to just straight restart. This is just crazy.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. She spoke to you in a rather familiar fashion. More shapeshifter mind games, I suppose.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Like, you seem to have some experience with doppelgangers?
This all begins to ring a little too familiar for my liking. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Ballspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that.
Well, one of them is endearing and well-performed and well-acted and a great character. The other one's Orin. Spit that look.
As you wish.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if the original actress is available at this point.
It's hard to find.
Hi, Harper. May Seluna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes, High Harper. Standing beneath Selûne's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jaheira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. But he's using Selûne's tears as some kind of code.
Also, duh.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
You know my favorite thing back at Trader Joe's? This was back in the 80s, Maz. They had dolmades. Really good dolmades. Oh, we used to just buy those by the bag. Strike while Jaheira has them distracted is one of the options. I'm kind of torn here. You must send me everything, Evo. Everything! We could just get the jump on him. I kind of want to see what happens, though. And I really don't want to reload, because at this point, reload is just going to make the whole memory leak worse. So...
The problem with Marcus, of course... We didn't end on the best of terms.
So, we got a surprise round, so that's nice. Yeah, a little too obvious. Like, that was really obvious in voice acting and in writing. That's like, hey, 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 there's a trap. It'd be like if I was like, you know, hey, Evo, how are things going with Chrono Trigger? And Evo's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I just think that Chrono Trigger is a really valuable game to be thinking about. And you, oh, right, of course. You know what Chrono Trigger reminds me of? Like, that was weirdly overt. How did we get a surprise? Oh my god, look at the stutter. Look at the stutter. You suck.
I can still move fast when I need to.
Stay focused.
That's an interesting question. What are doppelgangers in terms of stats? Int 11. Yeah, that's not great. Very high dex. Yeah, maybe let's just restart the... No, I am actually going to do a full restart in a minute here. So, hey, I want you to die. Could you die? It would mean a lot, honest. Appreciate you. Thank you for dying. Let's see here.
I won't give in.
This is still our surprise round. Let's hear out Savacom. That cat is like, where have you been? Where have you been? You left me. That's an action. The spell effects have been really good, which is a damn shame, because I've been very disinclined to use spells in this playthrough. Except when I really need to. Hey, your surprise round's over.
More of Orin's doppelgangers. How many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Mark. How many more Harpers dead?
You won't have to wear those Harper smiles much longer. Orin has given the order. Kill the crone! But not before you tell her how her little soldiers died. Preserve some hair or sinew. The Chosen would like to string a harp of her own. Okay.
Something good here. I hope.
Yeah, I've noticed they're starting to lean into the references a bit. And I'm not sure what I think of that. I'm just waiting for Saravok and Minsk to show up.
Here goes nothing. These boots have seen everything.
Did I get it right?
Seluna's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead, evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult, High Harper. They're part of it. Baalists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rashomon. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said... that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! High Harper, please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper when you could still live as anything else?
I like option 3. Wait, Jaheira, you're acting like it's his fault. But it's yours! So, TLDR. Buy the game when it's got the definitive edition, because right now it's an unfinished and unpolished mess. But the core is good. I think the core is the kind of thing that can be patched into a great game. And that's important. Because an unfinished, a buggy mess, once polished up, can still be bland, right? Or it can still be boring, or it can still be bad. Anyways.
I want to fight. For Chelvin. For all of them. So it means something.
Death is death. To look for meaning in it is foolishness, boy. Childish storybook nonsense. Exactly the kind the Harper would spout, I suppose. Fine. I have no right to make the choice for you. Not when this mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult, without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today.
Alright.
First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here. Orin knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach, separates us from our pack.
Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves.
Which is exactly what Orin wanted.
And I was so busy telling you not to take her bait that I scarcely felt the hook in my own mouth. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
Your ruined brain lurches and bilious intestines squirm. A hero, an enemy most foul.
Alright, I'm gonna be really honest. You're starting in a negative game with regards to Minsk. Just bringing Minsk back is ridiculous. You gotta earn it, game. You gotta nail it. If you nail it, it's gonna go from being ridiculous to awesome. But if you flop it...
I sense you mean no insult, calling scarce a century ago the old days. Which is considerably more insulting. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die.
Okay. Negative to Jaheira.
Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
That's not a fun choice.
The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either.
Alright. Let's find him.
As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
So to explain in very brief, Blade Trevor, popular characters often are brought into things, whether they should be or not, because they're popular, right? Boba Fett, Star Wars. So sometimes they nail it, and it's awesome. But the problem is, if you don't nail it, it actually kind of magnifies itself and makes itself worse by virtue of the fact that you're bringing in an awesome character, or a beloved character, or whatever, and not doing anything proper with them. Make sense? Minsk is Minsk, and that's awesome. But they still need to nail it. They still need to land Minsk as a character, so we'll see what they do with it. And yeah, Varric in Dragon Age is a perfect example of that. They could have fumbled him in Inquisition. They did not. And they might fumble him in 4, if it ever comes out.
That seems like a lot.
I mean, I preferred him in 2 as well, but... What?
Taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
What?
If you are in need of some pleasurable assistance, might I direct you to Chares's Caress? I only deal with referrals.
An apple a day keeps the absolute away.
I mean, Garrus was barely a character in Mass Effect 1 Cauldron. So I can't find myself disagreeing with that point.
I won't care about stupid list. We have to be prepared.
I got it.
We can get in good. Set your worries at ease. You're in safe hands.
Ah, come on, game. I don't know, I haven't heard why Minsk is alive about 100 years after she should be dead yet, so... We'll see.
Game. Play.
I was kind of hoping for a zone line before we reload, but this just keeps going. And it's starting to worry me.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something.
Okay, I've got AC now, Damashi. I feel a lot better. Yeah, I was gonna find the real killer since you can't be bothered.
Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good...
That is a Hollyphant.
I know that look.
It's actually a celestial creature.
Remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found?
Nothing yet, because I didn't... So, hang on, let's just... Hang on, I suddenly feel the urge to go and investigate. So let's go do that really quick. Don't know. I feel the dark urge! I believe that's exactly the point, Zara. Imagine if Flemeth just randomly shows up in Dragon Age 4 because she's popular.
Can I come on patrol with you later?
Not a chance.
Oh yeah, and I need to get rid of Jaheira for the moment. Yes, Lord Harriman. Celestials are good. They're varying levels of good, but they're good. Are you evil?
Seems like a good moment.
J'accuse!
I brought my own paring knife.
Okay, cool. Good to know that you're evil. Fulgrim, j'accuse!
Yes?
Oh yeah, someone made the reference. Are doppelgangers like the Nothrazim? No, but thankfully the doppelgangers... They're good at a lot of aspects of the shape changing. What they're not good at is actually pretending to be the person they're pretending to be. Variably. In my experience, most doppelgangers you can suss out pretty smoothly if you either have a good wisdom roll or if you're paying attention. We'll see how they do this. Yeah, that's what I'm here to do, Dr. Winter. I'm just trying to remember where Gale is. I think that's him. That's him. You have discovered my evil plan.
Even the venerable Harpers are compromised by the Absolute's poison. A grim turn of events, but one we must take in our stride.
Cool. Join me.
With pleasure.
One with the weave.
Hang on, he's level 5. Just a second. Hey, we have access to level 3 spells. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, you're full Death Doom, so Death Doom it up, would you? Wish I could sort spells by anything, really. I want everything, Evo. Hey, Korgoth, kill me! Kill me! That's evil, Dr. Winter. So, 5s. We get Cloud Kill. I'm going to do kind of cold, obviously. But otherwise, you can keep whatever you want to, Evo, but I want everything you don't. That really, I feel, is the simplest way to answer that. Keep what you want, I'll take the rest.
I've got a long road ahead.
Hang on, let's look at his spells really quick.
Which way to the nearest library?
Disintegrate. Nope. Well, but... Okay. That should do. Okay. Wait, Aleph, wait. Before you leave, do me a favor. Stay for like 10 more seconds, okay?
Just a teensy investment to get me started.
Okay, we're just gonna save really quick here. Okay.
How many red caps are in?
It's time to destroy Baldur's Gate once and for all. We have found the emergency knife. Oh, come on, show me something. Yeah, we detonated the orb in in the outskirts of Baldur's Gate.
What do you get out?
I was hoping for like something. Nope, it's just game over. Okay. I was hoping to like show you a nuke explosion or something, like a pre-rendered or even like just a painting of like this giant crater next to the city, you know. It's okay. I was standing right next to him. Look, I went too. Let's restart the game, because that stutter is bugging the crap out of me. So we're going to chill for a second. We're going to grab a fresh water. That's what we're going to do. Grab a fresh water. Pull this up so we can start it up again. All right. That reminds me, someone earlier said to turn it down from Ultra. Would you believe we've been on Medium for several days now? I was reading about the performance issues, and several people were like, yeah, I just cranked it down. I was like, okay. So we cranked it down. Now, hang on. It's possible it didn't keep. Medium, high, medium, off, low, low. Nope, that kept. We're still cranked down.
So, precisely how many
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could.
We've already seen this dialogue.
And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to.
Indeed, the Elder Nethery. Most I can't fathom how.
Yeah, we've already seen this dialogue.
Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril. That, as luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the book shopping. You'll have to.
Okay, so anyways. No, I have successfully reviewed enough games at this point in my life to tell you that, yeah, there's some games where turning down the settings doesn't actually improve the performance of the game. It depends on exactly how they coded it, and that can vary wildly on a PC game. So, shrug. The stutter appears to be partially gone. We may just have to start doing the hourly restart problem that Dragon Age Origins is going to have.
And for what? You didn't even fight back.
Yeah, when we get to Dragon Age Origins, I'm going to have a frickin' timer going to remind myself to restart every hour. Because in my experience, that is by far the best way to ensure a smooth playing experience with Dragon Age Origins.
What's up for
And yes, that is absolutely triple negative by itself.
That collar looks familiar. Does this cat belong to...
Yeah. You notice the Tressum guards a shiny ring and stack of letters at its feet.
Cool. Gale?
Let me work my magic.
Come here.
Most excellent.
You dumbass.
To do.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Mr. Dakarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favourite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here.
What is she doing here, Gale?
She isn't my Tresim. She's my friend. And from the looks of things, it appears she's eating pigeons.
Can you ask her to stop eating pigeons?
Oh, right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it?
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Dakarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
Right, but I have Speak to Animals on game. So, you know. We've received 3 items.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You're the one who said... Okay. That's weird. God, I'm probably staring right at it. I've got so many quests. Ah! The ring. Which definitely exists. And is real.
I applaud your taste.
Ring of Blink! Well, you have no rings, so here you go. Now you can blink.
On my way.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
If you won't help us, at least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
Yes, he can finally... I have gifted him the power of Blink. No, literally. Mango chili. Mango anything, really. Just mango.
A new face! Something to say. Don't be shy. Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed.
Right. So I found one of the bodies of your couriers. He carried this letter. There you go.
Comwick. That's a real shame. Fine courier he was. Stumped how I'll replace him. Most want to get into the city these days, not leave it. We've had to cut our courier services completely. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
You sense there's more to his anxiety than a few missing letters.
You must be particularly keen to retrieve the Zentarum letters about the Iron Flask, which I still have on me, by the way.
You read it? Technically, that's interfering with someone else's property. I should report you to the nearest manip. Tell you what, give it here and we'll say no more about it. I'll give you a nice little bonus as well, a finder's fee. What do you say?
I mean, it would be a real shame if anyone told the Zentarum you lost this. Just the most horrible of shames.
Fine. Just give me the letter. Forget you saw anything. This never happened.
Stop fretting.
Go on. Bugger off.
Interesting. 600 gold, too. Which probably doesn't mean anything, but that's a lot of freaking money. Okay, so, Huel. Let's warp back in here and go back to the whorehouse. Excuse me. Let's go back to the, pleasure place? Man, I don't even know. Go up.
Does the hand not assist the lips? The lips the tongue? If your mighty Mars needs some...
I got it. And thanks. Is there any?
Yeah, and then we left immediately. Game? Although I don't see anything I actually want here.
What if there's food?
Brothel?
Pleasure house? Anything to chance.
15 noses.
Get you out here, fresh off the easel.
No, that doesn't help. How do I get in there? Well, I guess we go in here, but that's not where I want to go. Whatever, we'll figure it out.
I mean, to try.
Look at you.
I would put money down on about a year. So, fall next year. Well, there I'm on, if I was a betting man.
Honestly. Which means we're getting a real...
Welcome to the caress. A weary traveler, battered and bruised. You come for sustenance, no decadence.
No.
Cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you?
Can we not talk about this?
Sweeting, are you blushing?
No.
There's no shame in pleasure, even less when the pleasure is pain. It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin.
I'm gonna go.
Be real careful.
I wish I could kiss you better. I mean, to try.
Better be.
Okay.
You have the key to my heart in that.
I don't understand why there's...
I put it on especially.
Alright, this is on you, Evo. I just want you to know that.
It's a dwarf you crave, whip in hand. Go on, tell me I'm wrong.
You're way off.
Am I? Your eyes tell a story, sweeting. You crave more than pleasure, you crave penance. It's Fionn you seek.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we've other ways to fill your...
Other options.
Nisha, our lovely nymph. But she's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience.
What was the devil's name?
Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn.
Thanks.
Better be.
I hate loot boys. I don't understand why they're such a type for so
Look at
many.
me. You need only think of me.
Where's Raphael? Because I'm legitimately having trouble navigating this place because of the camera issues I'm having. And I mean this. This game is a little bit too vertical at times for how awful the camera handles verticality. I was actually thinking about an easy and swift way to fix it without, you know, completely overhauling the camera script. Because this camera's dynamic, right? And what I would do, I'd add something probably on page up or page down, rebindable of course, which just kind of adjusts the layer, right? And that way you can have a bit of control of that, right? And just be like, push up, aha, and then push up, and then ha, and help to navigate some of these places a bit better instead of trying to like, well, yeah, like in Wasteland 3, exactly. So you could like, okay, hang on, because right now I'm trying to find up. I guess this is it. So I don't see another up. There might be a floor on top of this, but I can't even tell if there's another story on top of this. So we're just gonna, oh, there it is, see? So now we can see.
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine lady?
You get my point. The camera's not great in this game. That might not be patchable. We'll see. Then again, the page up, page down thing is certainly an option. That's,
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
how are you in the city without being attacked on sight, Gith Yankee?
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
Honestly, you know who Raphael reminds me of?
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Gul Dukat. the actor salvages what is otherwise a reprehensible character. If Deep Space Nine was a D&D campaign, I would enjoy every moment Ducat was on screen, but I also would not be able to wait for the time when I could finally kill his ass. Which, yeah, I'm looking forward to finally killing Raphael, because I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill your face off, buddy. I just want to let you know about that. So that was a nice party trick, but show me something a little real.
That was no party trick. Somebody's missing. Can't you tell? That illithid you keep in your pocket can't hear us anymore.
Then speak freely.
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away. Which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far. But no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
The prism?
In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prison that you need, not the illithid, the Gith. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
Go on.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
Very convenient.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
Which is?
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the...
No! 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 Oh my god!
And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
Handing that crown to this devil will be like feeding gunpowder to a lava worm. Agree to nothing.
I know, Lord Harabut. That's okay. What's funny is even in character, we have access to enough information to know that that would be insanely stupid. But out of character, that's even stupider than our character thinks it is. That might be the most monumentally nope thing he could have asked for. I'm not sure there's anything else in the game he could have requested of us that we would say no harder to than that. He could have been like, oh, you should kill your one true love. And of course I would say no to that, but I would still say no to the crown more. So if you remember, all the way back in Act 1, one of the first things I said was... yeah, no. I like option 4, by the way. No. All the way back in Act 1, I was like, what's he after? And my theory at the time was... I figured that he figured we were powerful enough, or what was changing us was unique enough that he thought one of the other devils was making a play, and he wanted to get ahead of that, right? Which I still stand behind would have been a good theory, but is obviously extremely wrong, because what he apparently wants is the frickin' Netherese crown. He's playing for really, really big fish. So let me explain something real quick. This is a Cambion. Cambion are middle tier devils. I mean, don't mistake me, any devil's a problem, but like there's a lot above him in terms of weight class and overall political affluence and power. But a Cambion who gets a hold of a Netherese, an intact and functional Netherese artifact. Not a Netherese magic item, a Netherese artifact. Yeah, this guy's playing for keeps. He's trying to move up a few steps. Oh, he's not a Cambion? Oh, what is he then? Like, he looked a lot like a Cambion. Either way, yeah, no, this is someone who's going for an endgame. He is someone who's trying to move up to probably one of the princelings or dukedoms. Extraordinarily no. Hang on. Now you got me curious. Hang on. Well, I can do this on my thing here. Here, talk for a bit.
Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Carsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky, like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting. And Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Buddy. You. You know what? Points for trying. Points for trying. Yeah, Cambions are half fiends, usually the child of a specific full devil. I like option 1. The idea of you ruling all of the 9 hells does not fill me with joy. Even if he was somehow able to actually push out the other dukes and princes, what the hell is he going to do about Asmodeus? Probably the closest thing to a big bad the entire setting has. Just squatting down there, a few miles long, in his own chasms, in his own demi-plane. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna bring it, like, I was just going straight for the jugular with Asmodeus, but there's plenty of other people who'd be like, uh-huh. Yeah, what makes you think you could do what Carsus couldn't?
I am no mortal, and I do not fail.
You really have a high opinion of yourself, don't you? You know what would amuse me tremendously? Asmodeus. Look, Mephistopheles is merely the normal demon-looking guy. I would absolutely love to see Demogorgon just stampede in here and rip this guy in half in 1 second. I'm just saying. I know Demogorgon is a demon, not a devil. But think about this, really. If he tries to end the Blood War, there's only 2 ways he can do that. He can defeat the demons, or he could stop fighting them. And if he stops fighting them, the war's not going to end in the strictest sense of the word, is it? That's going to be like, you know, Russian front World War I, circa a certain revolution. Oh yeah, we're going to stop fighting you. Yeah, but we're not going to stop fighting you. Oh. So, how come you didn't get the crown way back when?
The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He's not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
I'm sorry. The number 2 guy of the 9 hells, Mephisto freaking Felis, or Mephistopheles if you prefer, decided, no, I'm not messing with that, and locked it away in his vault, probably because he couldn't destroy it. Physically was incapable of destroying it. And your big shtick is, yeah, I'm gonna use it instead. Look, okay, I of all people understand what it's like to have massive amounts of hubris, because screw the gods and screw their stupid faces. But there needs to be a brain behind there somewhere, too. Also, hold up. How did they steal something from the vault of Mephistopheles?
Through the aid of a diabolist, somebody capable of opening a portal to the hells. Deep in the hells. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
No.
We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Lizelle, you've been getting points. Don't lose them again. No.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So, don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
All kinds of no.
I knew any artifact that could command an Elder Brain must be close to omnipotent. But for it to be the very crown Carcer's forged, it verges on unbelievable. I assure you, the hammer Raphael offered is mere scrap metal in comparison, whatever use he claims for it. We should pay a visit to Sorcerer's Sundries. Their book collection is the envy of the Sword Coast. I'm certain the truth lurks somewhere on their shelves.
Okay.
The only kind... You'll have to...
That's actually a repeat dialogue.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it.
Lizelle. We can take the hammer.
I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. You chose the brambled path. I'm annoyed by it. And I admire you for it. We must speak with Voss. Then we find our way to Raphael's House of Hope. We'll take the Orphic Hammer and use it to smash the true heir's bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashet. The Githyanki will be free.
She does still have a brain. I'm actually impressed. She gave very little fuss for that. Now, I will admit, I'm kind of with Blade Javel. I am extraordinarily arrogant. And I am. I will freely admit that. It's probably one of my biggest flaws. But...
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
Hi. But there's a really, really large amount of care, caution, precision that needs to go along with that. You know, like, there's a difference between, I got this, and, okay, hang on, so if I move this here, I got this here, and I got this backup thing, I got this, and I got this item here, and I got this here. Okay, let's do it. There's a little bit of a difference there. Although I have to admit, every now and again it's fun to be like, I got this! It was Raphael.
Raphael? Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them.
Which is funny.
And what did he want with you?
He wants the crown on the brain.
Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea. And what did he offer you in return for bringing it to him?
The means to free Orpheus.
Tell me, you turned him down.
No, I'm brain dead.
Good. I am glad. But be careful. The devil is like a cockroach. No matter what you do to it, it will always come back. I doubt this will be the last time you are approached. I trust that you will continue to remember who is really on your side. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
I mean, I wouldn't call you my ally either, buddy. Just to be very blunt about it. And yeah, there are ways to permanently kill fiends. They're not easy. There are ways to do it. It would depend, Trihexia. Demons run the gamut. And so do devils. Even if you have an equal level devil and a demon, though, in a one-on-one fight, I might give that to the demon. Demons tend to have better stat blocks. Devils tend to be better at non-crunch. Perfect example. Raphael there is probably, you know, mean. But an equivalent level demon would probably be just a brutal frickin' fight. Full boss material. Okay, so that was enlightening. Let's go talk to Voss. Yeah, everyone wants my trust, and nobody has it. Maybe that's why they all want it. I don't know. I mean, Asmodeus is Asmodeus, Lo, but I honestly think that Demogorgon could beat Mephistopheles in a one-on-one. All other things being pushed away. Having said that, Demogorgon is stupid. Like, just bonkers strong. Like, I can fight multiple other demon lords at the same time and still come out the winner strong. So that's ridiculous.
To try.
Now, where is... There he is.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
No. I'm gonna find another way.
I did not come this far for you to turn your back on the First Mother's son.
Githkar Tavkim crashed. You put your trust in me, Voss. I plan to honor it.
Yes, and it seems I have no choice but to trust. There is but one prism, and you are its key. Find a way to retrieve the hammer and free Orpheus from the prism. I will assemble his remaining honor guard and plan our next actions. Together, we will yet free the true heir of Gith's blessed empire. He will free us from Vlaakith and lead our Kithraki against the Geich. Istik, I will wait in the underground. Seek me when you have the hammer in hand.
No, I agree with you, Loke. Orpheus sensed the tadpole and his guard attack me. Won't he attack us if we free him?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Right. Any ideas where Raphael keeps the hammer?
A devil of Raphael's stature does not simply make camp on the shores of the Styx. He will have made a sanctuary for himself, a lavish one too, one that caters to his many vices.
The House of Hope. We must find a way in.
The House of Hope, you say? I couldn't ask for a name more fitting. Every house has an entrance, Istik, even those in the Hells. You must find it.
You are wasting your time, and mine. Our true enemy is the Elder Brain. Focus your mind there.
Emperor, piss off. So, I don't disagree with you, Loke, but I am one of those people who is very firmly of the opinion that if Batman fought Superman, that Superman would absolutely crush Batman. As would about 1,000 other superheroes if you put them up against him. Now, I understand the purpose and point of Batman, but that's not really what was being discussed. What was being discussed is a one-on-one brawl. And one-on-one brawls remove most of those advantages, which was exactly what I was talking about. That demons in one-on-one fights tend to win, and that's why the devils tend to not fight them in one-on-one fights. I also will admit, personal opinion, I get a little irritated by the Batman can beat anyone with prep time argument, which I've heard for a very long time.
Did you see how far that water threw me? Must have been 10 lengths.
No, we still haven't reached the city, so let's see what happens here.
How else was I supposed to see the road?
Hello? Huh. Okay,
Whether you're getting hammers or getting nails, we've got the tool for the job.
See if there's any obvious cheese we can do. But yeah, pulling the Demogorgon card is a bit mean, I'll admit it. So, hello, that looks promising. Looks very promising. I could Evo, but you know what happened the last time I talked to one of these things? It was like, beep boop, I will arrest you, you will come along or die. And then I had some of the Iron Hand gnomes rescue me at the last second from that nonsense. And I'd really, really rather not have a prison sequence, if that's okay with everyone. Do I not have... I might not.
My faith protects me.
Quite ready for you.
Fine. I mean, I'm with you on that, von Falkenstein. There are some true heavies in DC, which I don't care how much prep time Bats has. The most he's going to accomplish is to, like, hold them off for a while. Alright, let's bard it up. I roll to seduce Evo. I got back a 404 error when I rolled the dice. That's a new one.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day.
That's a lot of options. We could attack, we could leave, we could say what's up with today, we could say we live here, we could deceive, we could persuade and bribe. We could bard persuade. Which is funny. Damn it, Evo. I knew it. I'll never get those Dabbler rewrite images now. I'm pretty sure Bats can beat Wesker if he came at that with, like, any of his toys. Although, again, on a straight one-on-one fight, Wesker is still superhuman and Bats is, well, at the far end of the bell curve, but still human. See you around, Pilgrim. Have a good one. From Resident Evil, Damashi. We have pulled the Baldurian card several times, actually. It's been kind of neat. I think we're going to go with the one which we have a very, very high persuasion check. But that sounds really unlikely. What's so special about today?
Ordination is what? Lord Gortash is becoming Archduke. All the peers came to pay regards.
Well, that's fair, Damashi. Right. Let's do the Bard check. It's a lower roll, but I think it's going to be a lower DC. Because bribery is probably the easiest one. I don't want to give you money. DC 30. Okay, I have made a mistake. Cool. So let's give ourselves guidance. And is that physically possible? If we roll a 4 and a 20, that's possible. All right, I've changed my mind. I give up. Hang on. Stop doing. No. Okay, if we roll literally perfectly, this will be a success. It was not a literal perfect roll. I'm just gonna accept that.
It's not my job to coddle work-shy, disorganized minstrels. It's your job to turn up on time with everyone else. Sod off.
No, it doesn't show the DC there. It just shows the dice that you roll. Like, unless I'm missing it. 1d20 plus 15 plus 1d4. And it shows the d20 and the d4 physically, which is a nice touch, by the way. And, yeah, all that stuff. So, slightly easier DC, which is funny. But I knew that. I knew paying her money would be the easier DC. But 25, that's still... we already have guidance, so let's just do this. Okay.
Ah, yes.
20,000 gold. I don't have 10. You... I'll come back later.
I'm sure you will.
Okay, so Evo's idea, just this once, was not the correct one. So we're going to get the hell out of Dodge and use the other idea, because screw this nonsense.
Gaining access will not be easy. We must either earn an invitation or find a route where we can pass.
20,000 gold. Hang on. Oh, friendship points lost, Evo. Sorry. Ugh. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. We don't have the Featherfall spell. We probably have a scroll, but eh. I don't want to sort through my whole inventory for that. Let's just go. Let's just go. Nobody likes Gale. I like how they're refusing to make the jump, by the way. Sweet, we just failed a perception check. It's always great. Listen, it would take 5 whole seconds.
Naughty, naughty, naughty little master. You have disobeyed your father's wishes one time too many. For he who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself becomes a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. Another will embrace what you have rejected, and that other will be your death. But your father loves you dearly. You never hurt yourself yet.
Blair.
Slaughter your line. Become the last of your name. Lord Baal shall have but one chosen.
I like how the Slayer looks here.
Memories flood back, snatches of your story written in the blood of 1,000 victims. Years spent in worship of Baal, leading his savage congregation in prayer, sacrifice, and slaughter. You were their master, and he was yours. A cruel master, a dread lord, a devoted father. All is as you feared. You are a spawn of Baal, his heir, his scion.
Sorry, Lorshok. So, we finally, officially, really confirmed that we're a Ballspawn. Lorshok. Guess that day 1. There might be more question marks here, so who knows where that's going with that. But no, I'm pretty sure that was the Slayer. I'm double-checking. See, the Slayer is a form of an avatar for Baal. It was actually in Baldur's Gate 2. You can transform into it if you give in to your Ballspawn powers. Problem is, there's some question marks here that need to be answered. Baal shouldn't be full tilt right now. He should still be a lesser deity. In fact, actually, as I double-check his thing here, he's actually listed as a quasi-deity, which makes sense. Because he came back, but... God damn it, Dr. Winter. The second problem. The whole point of the Ballspawn was so he could have a way to come back. So... why are we a modern Ballspawn? Unless some of the Ballspawn survived to have children, but none of... But the only Ballspawn who survived was Sarevok. Okay. Surrender to the urge! But no, that's not who I am.
And yet, you know you will never be free of your urge if you don't confront your past. You are not the last of your name. Not yet. There is another. The abomination wrapped in flesh you saw in the colony. Orin, it's time for a family reunion. But be wary of your confessors. Will friend turn to foe, knowing what you are?
True, Black Vial. Although, I'm going to be honest, if Ball just decided to go around having sex with more women in order to have more Ballspawn because of another contingency plan, that kind of sucks. Like, narratively speaking, I would actually be considering giving a negative for that. Because that is so rote, it's derogatory, right? Like, that's just looking at Baldur's Gate and then copy-pasting, right? That's why I mentioned that Saravok didn't die, canonically, Dr. Winter. Well, we'll hold off on that until we go confront Orin and be like, hey, die. I can't wait for a bard to fight an assassin. I think that's going to be an even fight. The rules have always been kind of unclear on the lineage thing, because there was always an implication that the Ballspawn thing was more spiritual soul-related and less literal biological. But I was actually double-checking my notes and my research for that, and actually, I still have my Baldur's Gate 2 notes from back when I did a video on that. And apparently, no, Ball just ran around and had sex with a bunch of women to have kids as his contingency plan. So, if that's true, it's in the blood, which means, yeah, if any of his children had children, then the Ballspawn line would continue. Might be a retcon. I don't know. I know that they brought back the whole Ball connection thing in the comics, and there was also a module where you would go and fight the very, very last Ballspawn at about this point in history in Baldur's Gate. Which, I have a friend of mine who actually thinks that that module served as the impetus for this very game, at least in part. Or, more accurately, for the Dark Urge playline, or plotline, excuse me.
But that will fit in my pack.
The thing that irritates me is, from my understanding of the divinity of this setting, Ball's plan should have never worked. Like, the whole idea is, he has a bunch of kids, and then they, like, inherit his power, question mark, and then he comes back. Like, the whole plan feels like it's just riddled with holes. And I know the divinity in this setting tends to be a whole lot of just go with it, but usually there's some rules that you can sit and define and make sense of. I don't know. See, what I would have liked, if I was writing it, I would say Ball has this plan. Sex, children, Ballspawn, mwahaha. And it was never going to work. Like, that's how I would write that. Nobody knows that, of course. Nobody's learned enough or knowledgeable enough in setting to actually know that. Oh, God, I gotta get past this whole friggin' fortress. Oh, yeah, sorry. Turns into a swan. But I would argue, I would say, like, if I was writing the story, it was never going to work, and Ball's just dead. And that's the end of it. Okay, well, this is a fine how do you do. Let's lockpick this.
Trouble now.
It's okay, we still have no guidance at all. We just rolled a 1. You know, that's true, Blade Taval, but I don't do it on purpose, if that makes any sense. It just...
Mind my step.
I like good storytelling, and in my opinion, storytelling that makes sense qualifies as good storytelling. And someone doing something because they think it's going to work when it's not just sort of makes sense to me in a lot of cases. I mean, what do you think is more likely? That, you know, a god who's currently a man wandering around having sex with women somehow imparts into them parts of his divinity that he doesn't have into them biologically through their blood, or that he's an idiot? Like, which of those things do you think is a more likely outcome there? A setting with a structure of divinity I really like. Believe it or not, I like Forgotten Realms' structure. I like the politics of it. I like the internecine fighting of it. I like the rule set of it. What I do not like is a lot of the specific deities and AO. I've said it before, if I was... Oh, jeez, where are they going? Okay, they're there. Oh, cool, cool, cool. If I was a... if I was doing a Forgotten Realms rewrite, one of the biggest things I would do is I would just get rid of AO and allow the status quo to change. Now, I'm not sure in which direction. I'd have to think about that, but, like, there's a lot of possibility for the political landscape of Forgotten Realms deities to change, to alter. Are you going to arrest me? Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Possible trihexia. Although... Oh my god.
Baldur's Gate deserves a
Light on my feet.
Sneak in here, don't mind me.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city.
Okay. I'm not here to fight.
The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest patriarchs, but a moment. I must greet a most honored guest. Crawling back from his bloody disgrace. It's my favorite assassin. Gods, you're a sight for sore eyes. Orin told me she made a fool of you. But I should have known you wouldn't go down that easy.
We know so little about AO in lore, Lord Harrowmont, that who knows. My memories are blighted.
Then she didn't die. The past is lost to you. Let me clear up some mysteries then. We share so much history. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown.
How?
Then we enslaved the brain.
How?
From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated.
I'll give you that one. Like, of all, I hate to be persnickety, because I really like the plan overall. It's very dumb and will guarantee backlash on so many ways, but it's well written. And you know me, I appreciate that, I enjoy that. But how did you get the thing to begin with from the vault of Mephistopheles? And then how did you move from that step into enslaving an Elder Brain? So, what was my role in this plan?
In Baal's name, you set your bloody daggers to cause panic in the streets, killing in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god.
It was all going so well, until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal, and act on their behalf.
But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
That is interesting. That very heavily implies that we were the chosen of Baal, and she usurped that title from us. Because that is the kind of thing that can be rescinded and re-given at will. That explains a lot, really. Yeah, then we kicked the avatar of Merkel's ass. Yeah, 5. 5. So hang on. Someone in chat, who was it? Lord Haramont said something, and hear me out for a second. So you're Mephistopheles, one of the smartest, most powerful, most influential devils in the setting. You are the archdevil of the hells. You've got this stupidly powerful artifact over here. And, yeah, it's sure. But you know what you've also got is you've just got so many things that are just irritating. Wouldn't it be nice to, like... No. Asmodeus is on a whole other level. We don't even talk about him. He's cheating. So you're sitting there and you're like, okay. So, hang on. I'm going to let you guys, you morons, steal this mega artifact and see what you do with it. Because whatever it is, it's going to be really dumb and it's going to blow up in your face. And it's probably not going to affect me all that much. But it's going to create all kinds of situations I can profit from. And, I mean, look at what's been happening. He probably doesn't even have a specific plan in mind. Like, you know how in movies, they always plan for exactly the thing, which is actually bad writing. No, I would bet Meph, it was just sitting there like, yeah, okay, take it. And he's just watching. Just waiting to see what opportunities arise. Because he just let 3 morons claim a frickin' Netherese crown. Now, if Raphael is Meph, I don't buy that. Because no, I can't see a reason that would be, because exactly, like, well, because if Raphael wants the crown, well, the only way I could buy that is if Raphael's plan, his deal to take the crown is incredibly, it's just a mask, right? It's just a cover story. He doesn't care. He had the crown. It's whatever. He's just having fun with it. And in that case, I could buy that. I could buy him being that. But I don't know if Meph would care enough about us personally to actually get up in our faces like that. Yeah, exactly. What I would imagine Meph is doing is he's waiting for all this to blow up in everybody's faces because he just dangled a nuke in front of a bunch of idiots. And now he's like, okay, go ahead. And all right, once everything's done, he's going to take that thing and lock it back up again. Because... well, I have a lot of bitterness and ire for the Archdukes of the Hells. Meph has a brain. Speaking of having a brain, I like how all of these options, except for one, are, yep, I'm on your side. So, I'm just going to be honest. I'm here to end the plot, dude.
Have you gone soft? I find that hard to believe. One's true nature always rises to the top. When Ketheric fell, I feared the worst. That our plans would fail like so many before because of discord among ourselves. Now you've returned. We can achieve all of our dreams still. You brought Thorm's Netherstone. You know, it takes all 3 to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown.
I'm sorry.
It'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, a bleak prospect. But it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I renew our old partnership. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Huh. I've been wondering why you're even bothering talking to me. Also, sorry to interrupt here, but that means the Elder Brain is physically under Baldur's Gate, probably for the sake of the big show he's going to put on. You want to know what's really, really stupid about all this? I mean, there's so many stupid things here. I want you to consider this for a second. They have claimed a Netherese artifact from an archdevil of the Hells in order to enslave an Elder Brain to infect half of a city with illithid things for reasons they don't even know are even working, by the way, because they don't know what's going on with Orpheus. And all of that is so that he can take over a city-state and rule on high as Sultan. No, it's so in character that I can't even be upset about it. That is so in character for a Bay Knight. I don't know Gortash, but for a Bay Knight. That's just, like... I'm struggling to come up with an analogy for that. Like, imagine if I was to Warcraft. We'll use Warcraft, because I know Warcraft so well. Imagine if I was to... I have a plan to enslave a Nothrazim and bind them to one of the blades of domination in order to use that power to raise forth an army of Murlocs or something in order to conquer Westfall. I'm probably overselling that. It's not like Baldur's Gate is irrelevant. But, like, it's a city-state. It's one of several. It's not even the biggest or most influential or most powerful or most financially successful city-state. And that's just within the Sword Coast. I just... Okay. I'm cool. We're cool. Everything's cool. What kind of partnership do you have in mind?
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proves treacherous. She wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
Okay, I'm not... What are you getting at?
Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
Oh yeah, good time to mention.
The former ruler of the cult of Baal.
This is a good time to mention. He's just having this conversation in front of the noble lords of Baldur's Gate. We're about to confirm him as their dictator. Tyrant, excuse me. It's just, it's an extra little layer of, no, that actually makes perfect sense. It's monumentally stupid, but it makes perfect sense, and I can't ding it. You know, no sin counter. Because, no, yeah, that tracks. What do you propose?
Let's make our pact anew. A divine oath, sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here. So the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
The urge, the deplorably brutal urge sickens within you. When you level the world over, that dead world must be yours alone. But first you will rule. Then you will ruin.
What do you say? Shall we be allies?
Okay, real talk.
No deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
I'm not going to take his deal, let me just say that. But that's a much better pitch than Raphael had. Like, you remember when Raphael made his pitch, I couldn't help but laugh in the middle of him making it because it was just so monumentally nope. But here? I need to think about this. Someone spoils... Has anybody taken the deal with him? In chat. Has anyone taken the deal with him? If so, I would like a spoiler. A deliberate spoiler. And I will go ahead and roll insight. Why not? I will fail at insight. Hang on. I'll blow an inspiration. It's a good time to blow inspiration. There we go.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
That is weirdly smart for someone who has been as monumentally stupid as you, sir. If you take his deal, can you then break it? Also, while you answer that, I have a random question for everybody else. I didn't realize that was Jason Isaacs until I actually looked it up because it was bugging me. His performance is weird here. That's not just me, right? Like, the way he's talking is off. I've heard Jason Isaacs do voice acting. He's quite good at it. The Castlevania reboot, Lord of Shadows, is a perfect example. No, not weird good. It's weird. I mean, it's not like he's doing a bad job, but I've heard Jason Isaacs play a villain in voice acting. Just voice acting, not acting. And he nails it. I don't know. It's just this is off, and I'm not sure why. If I was to say what I would say that what we're hearing here, this is going to sound strange. What we're hearing here is a very talented actor with a very good director working under a crunch. That's what this sounds like. This sounds like these are all first takes and don't have the time and effort and polish to really squeeze out the extra amount of quality that I know Jason Isaacs can do. Random thought. Just, it's been occurring to me ever since he first showed up on camera. You know what? Here, hang on. Let's open this up. So option 1 is Orin betrayed me. You did nothing to help. What's changed? Option 2 is no. Option 4 is I'll think about it. Option 5 is no. And option 3 is yes. And to be very clear, if we take his deal, we are going to rescind it. We're going to betray him. 100% certainty. So if we take the deal, we are going to turn on it. I don't know what the consequences of that action will be. But that's where that's going to go. I will not honor a pact with a Baneite. A chosen of Bane, no less. Might as well ask me to honor a pact with a chosen of Shar. Except Shar's, you know, one of the biggest deities, and Bane is... Well, you know those little dogs that yelp a lot louder because, you know, they're little and they're pathetic? Because that's Bane. Right there. Well, yeah, it's true, we were Ball's chosen. We're not anymore, thank God. Pun intended. Credit to the game. This is probably the first choice that's really made me ponder. Also true von Falkenstein. Well, we've saved. Have we saved? Let's just make sure we've saved. Let's just do that. In fact, actually, hang on. Let's make a hard save here. Let's do this. We'll even label this one. Let's do it.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gortash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun. Let me demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth. The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
Cool. I should go.
Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Wouldn't dream of missing it.
Then we proceed. The Patriarch...
Yeah, it's Yenna. It's Yenna. It's the stupid... It's the girl who's like, oh, no.
Dukes, Patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
I will say nothing, of course.
Enver Gortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, he's Tad. We know he's Tadpole. Who knows how many of the nobles are?
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
So we now have a quest.
Kill Orin and take her netherstone.
What?
Find me in my office and do not return.
Okay. That was strange. Anyways, we now have a quest. Find out how he's making and or controlling the Steel Watch and remove that piece from the board. As long as the Steel Watch continues to be on the chessboard, we have a problem.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Poor thing. He's had a tough go. And you don't know the half of it.
Sleep, Evo, sleep.
You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated.
Okay.
I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear
Oh,
it.
much lower, Blake-Jamal.
Ravengard's good as dead. And to think there's no way to save him.
Can we have Will here for this conversation, please?
There.
And why am I playing as Gale? Why are you here interrupting me? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, she's a Cambion. She's... I mean, it's not like Cambions can't be high tier, but she's... No, she's probably lower tier than Raphael. Yeah, Will's father's right there. We just talked to him. In fact, this feels like a bug, but whatever. We did kind of sneak our way in. So... What?
I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp.
Oh, thank God, we're gonna at least go talk to Will.
The Duke's life depends on it.
He's right there! I mean, Zariel's a duchess, but even that's probably only middle tier overall.
Jaheira liberated them from one hell only to trap them in another.
Shut your mouth! Ravengard is a legend!
Okay,
Swift as my feet can carry me.
hang on.
If you're a criminal, of course.
Let's see what this does.
There it is.
We were rescuing people.
That is what I was looking for.
Who says you entered the house?
Making sure we get that. Okay, so let's go to camp. Hang on, actually, first let's
This must have been mistake.
Calm down, dear. It won't hurt.
Better than nothing.
Okay, so to the camp. Yenna, j'accuse!
I brought my own pairing nut.
Yeah, you're secretly an evil thing. We get it. So, from Arabella. So I owe you a lot. For one, I don't know what the inside of a snake's belly looks like, but for another, you let me stay at your camp, and for another, you found out what happened to Moms and Pops. I'm on my own now, and Bone Man says it's a good thing. I just have the weave to guide me, and as far as I can tell, it's tugging me to Baldur's Gate, so I'm gonna head there first. Anyway, thanks for everything. I won't forget it. Bye, Arabella. Okay, so let's see if we can suss out the traitor. Where's someone other than Will? Well, the problem with it being Yenna is I don't know Yenna. I know all these characters, so I could suss out someone pretty easily, but Yenna's an unknown, so who knows if she's in character or out, right?
Whatever business Will has with Mizora, it will cost him dearly. Or worse still, it will cost us. I hope we can afford it.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so no dialogue options at all.
Mizora schemes with Will's very freedom. He deserves to know what she is up to.
Okay.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Can you sniff out? Nope. Okay.
Keeping very well, I hope?
Okay.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
Okay. My one true love, obviously.
Will ought to know what happened with Mizora. Whatever she has in store for him can't be good.
The Sharns are using a place called the House of Grief to cover for their presence in Baldur's Gate.
Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere.
That would be funny, Dr. Winter. Also, as awful as this sounds, I'm not sure a dog can smell the difference in a natural shapeshifter like a changeling.
I don't relish the idea of Mizora visiting our camp, let alone offering us anything resembling a deal. When the devils start approaching you, you know you're in deep.
Buddy.
Yes?
Just testing. I have a really awful feeling that we're currently we're currently at the point where we're dealing with the Will Mizora quest. So the game probably doesn't know I'm trying to figure out who the suspect is. Okay. Or Gortash was lying. That's also possible. I mean, why would a Bay Knight lie?
A devil will come for her, whatever it...
Yep. Boss is going underground. Yeah, okay. Well, we're just going to ignore that for the time being, I suppose.
Mizora. I'd take anything she says with a grain of salt. But with her claws as deep in our business as they are, I guess we can't ignore her completely.
Cool. Well, whatever. It'll come up, or it won't. It's Act 3. Moving on.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mizora to Will.
Shit. Father's been taken. When Mizora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Tomorrow night?
A little too eager for my liking. Well, we'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mizora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Okay, it looks like it wants us to do a long rest. We all know what that means.